Welcome to Nocturnal Rest. Tonight, we once again journey deeper into the heart of a tale where adventure, courage, and leadership intertwine. In this chapter, we step into the house at the mountain's base, where Thrain Stoneforge stands at the center of a vibrant, thriving community built by the hands of dwarves, mole men, and gnomes, an unlikely but steadfast alliance. Together, they've carved a sanctuary into the heart of the mountain, a testament to the resilience and unity of those who call it home. As the sun casts its golden light over Heartstone Haven, Thrain reflects on his role as a leader, a figure who has forged a home not just of stone and hearth, but of trust, compassion, and shared purpose. Yet even in this place of harmony, there are those who question what it means to belong. The arrival of Thrain's family brings both comfort and challenge, as old ties are tested by new realities. Will the strength of the past be enough to guide them forward, or will the weight of tradition tear at the seams of what they've built? From the bustling sounds of industry to the quiet moments of reflection, this chapter unfolds a deeper exploration of what it means to lead, to sacrifice, and to protect what truly matters. The Stoneforge clan's arrival heralds both reunion and a reckoning, as Thrain faces the complexities of balancing growth with unity. There are tensions on the horizon, unspoken fears, simmering conflicts, and difficult decisions that could either bind them closer together or tear them apart. So, make yourself comfortable, let the world slip away, and allow the flickering glow of lantern light to guide you through the winding paths of Heartstone Haven. Together, we'll witness the struggles and triumphs of a community that stands as one, and the leader who carries the weight of their hopes and dreams. If you're enjoying this tale so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay tuned for the next chapter of the tale of Thrain Stoneforge. And if you have thoughts, questions, or just want to share your excitement about the story, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Now let us continue the tale of Thrain Stoneforge. Chapter 2. The House at the Mountain's Base. The air in Heartstone Haven carried a perpetual hum of industry and life, a symphony born of determination and collaboration. Dwarves, mole men, and gnomes bustled about with purpose, their voices melding into a harmonious cacophony that echoed through the carved stone walls of the mountain sanctuary. The scent of freshly turned earth mingled with the sharp tang of molten metal, and the rhythmic clang of hammers punctuated the gentle hum of gnomish contraptions. This mountain, which they had shaped into their haven, thrived as a living, breathing entity, a testament to unity and resilience. Every corner seemed alive with creativity and a sense of belonging, from the intricate stonework underfoot to the glowing lanterns that lined the winding pathways. At the heart of this vibrant community stood Thrain Stoneforge, a figure as steady and enduring as the mountain itself. Though bestowed with the title of leader, Thrain viewed himself as a servant of his people. His life had been shaped by trials and triumphs, tempered by years of hardship and the wisdom gained through collective struggle. His stoic demeanor often belied the deep well of compassion and vision that had drawn others to him. For Thrain, leadership was less about authority and more about nurturing the strength of a community bound by trust and purpose. This morning, as the sun cast its golden rays across the valley, Thrain stood before the House of Stone and Hearth, his home and the symbolic heart of the settlement. He observed the bustling courtyard with quiet pride. Mole men guided carts laden with glimmering ore, dwarves sharpened their tools with practiced efficiency, and gnomes fine-tuned their intricate inventions that clicked and whirred like clockwork. Children darted about, their laughter cutting through the din, while elders gathered in shaded alcoves, their voices weaving tales of times past. This was a sanctuary built on shared effort, a thriving testament to what could be achieved through unity. The House of Stone and Hearth itself was an architectural marvel. Its granite walls, polished to perfection by the skilled hands of dwarves, gleamed with embedded crystal veins gifted by the mole men, their faint inner glow creating a sense of enchantment. Gnomish ingenuity had outfitted the great hearth with enchanted mechanisms, casting flames that shimmered in hues of gold and green. Towering above the settlement, its facade bore carvings chronicling their shared journey, battles fought, alliances forged, and the mountain they attained. Sunlight streamed through ornate windows, bathing the interior in warmth and light, while the air carried the faint aroma of hearty stews and baked bread, the products of its massive kitchens. To Thrain, the grandeur of the house was secondary to its role as a place where people gathered, sharing meals, stories, and dreams. A horn in the distance. The tranquil rhythm of the morning was suddenly disrupted by the low, resonant sound of a horn. Its deep notes echoed across the valley, causing heads to turn and conversations to hush. Thrain's sharp eyes snapped toward the mountain pass that wound its way to the gates. The call was unmistakable, a Stoneforge horn, a sound steeped in tradition and significance. It signaled not merely visitors but kin, and not without purpose. "That's a Stoneforge horn," he murmured, his voice tinged with both nostalgia and wariness. The sound stirred memories of his childhood, of the grand feasts and urgent calls to arms in the ancestral halls of his people. Rindle, a gnome mage and trusted confidant, materialized at Thrain's side, his robes shimmering faintly with residual magic. "Friends of yours, I assume?" he asked, his tone light but curious. "Aye," Thrain replied, his brow furrowed in thought. "But they wouldn't come all this way without reason." Without another word, Thrain strode toward the gates, his steps purposeful. The weight of unanswered questions pressed on him. Who had sounded the horn? What tidings did they bear? Each stride carried him closer to the answers, and to a reunion that would intertwine past and present. When the gates creaked open, the sight that greeted him caused his breath to catch. Descending the winding path was a procession of dwarves, their banners bright against the rugged landscape. At their forefront stood Baldur Stoneforge, Thrain's father, his once coal-black beard now streaked with silver. His bearing, however, remained as unyielding as the mountain they called home. Beside him walked Hilda, Thrain's mother, her ram's hooves steady on the uneven trail. Her presence exuded both warmth and quiet strength, a counterbalance to Baldur's commanding demeanor. Procession of kin. Behind Baldur and Hilda came a train of kinfolk, brothers, cousins, and loyal clansmen, accompanied by carts laden with supplies and heirlooms from their ancestral homes. Some bore weapons, others tools, and a few guided stout mountain ponies carrying crates of treasures. The banners they carried, emblazoned with the sigil of their clan, a hammer striking a heart-shaped stone, fluttered gently in the mountain breeze. Thrain stood rooted, his heart swelling with emotion. It had been years since he had seen them, and their arrival was both a comfort and a challenge. They brought with them not only the weight of shared history, but also the complexities of integrating the old ways into this new haven. Baldur reached him first, enveloping Thrain in a crushing embrace. "By the stone, lad, you've done it. You've built a home worthy of the Stoneforge name." Thrain's voice was thick with emotion as he replied, "I didn't do it alone, Father. This was a dream built by many hands." Hilda dismounted and approached, her eyes sweeping over the settlement. She clasped Thrain's face between her hands, her voice soft but resonant. "This is more than a home, Thrain. This is a haven, a testament to your vision and the strength of your people." His brothers Doran and Varric followed. Doran's steady presence exuded responsibility, while Varric's mischievous grin hinted at unspoken adventures to come. "Looks like you were right all along," Doran admitted, clapping Thrain on the shoulder. "This place, it's magnificent, and now you're here to help make it even greater," Thrain replied, a small smile tugging at his lips. Settling in, the arrival of the Stoneforge clan brought fresh energy to Heartstone Haven. Balder quickly proved an invaluable advisor, offering strategies that balance growth with sustainability. His insights into diplomacy and defense helped solidify the settlement's position as a beacon of unity and strength. Hilda became a cornerstone of the community, organizing communal meals that wove the flavors of their heritage into the fabric of their daily lives. Her warmth and leadership fostered a sense of shared purpose. Doran and Varric threw themselves into the work with characteristic zeal. Doran spearheaded the construction of new forges and defenses, while Varric's innovative ideas spurred advancements in infrastructure. Their contributions elevated the settlement to new heights, inspiring gnomes and mole men alike to match their determination. Yet the integration of the Stoneforge clan was not without its challenges. A faction of mole men, led by the fiery Krek, voiced concerns that the dwarves' growing influence might overshadow their contributions. Tensions simmered beneath the surface, threatening to fracture the unity they had worked so hard to build. The breaking point came when Krek and his followers sabotaged the settlement's water supply. The act forced a reckoning. Thrain convened a council meeting, his voice steady but firm. "This mountain belongs to all of us," he declared. "We carved it out together, and we must protect it together. Let us not destroy what we've built with mistrust." Krek hesitated, his anger tempered by the sincerity of Thrain's words. In the end, a new agreement was forged, one that honored the Molemen's contributions and ensured their place in the community's future. It was a hard-won victory, but it strengthened the bonds between them, proving that unity could weather even the harshest storms. A leader's reflection. As the settlement flourished, Thrain often found himself reflecting on the burdens and rewards of leadership. He realized that it was not the grand decisions, but the quiet, everyday moments that defined his role. The laughter of children, the shared meals, the whispered reassurances to those in need. Leadership, he understood, was about service and the unyielding commitment to those who depended on him. One evening, as the stars sparkled like jewels against the night sky, Rindle joined Thrain on the balcony of the House of Stone and Hearth. The valley below shimmered with the glow of lanterns, a testament to their shared achievements. "You've built something remarkable here," Rindle said, his voice unusually solemn. "Not just me," Thrain replied, his gaze distant but resolute. "This isn't my mountain. It's ours." As the mountain's steady rhythm pulsed beneath them, Thrain felt a profound sense of purpose. Heartstone Haven was more than a refuge. It was a beacon of resilience and harmony in a fractured world. Together, they had carved out not just a home, but a legacy, a promise of what could endure when unity prevailed. Thank you for spending your evening with us here on Nocturnal Rest. As the final notes of this chapter fade into the quiet of the night, we leave behind the bustling halls of Hearthstone Haven and the enduring presence of Thrain Stoneforge. Tonight, we've walked alongside him through the heart of his mountain sanctuary, witnessing the beauty of unity, the strength of resilience, and the challenges that come with leadership. Thrain's story is one of courage and compassion, reminding us that the most enduring legacies are built not from stone, but from trust and the bonds we share. If this chapter stirred your imagination or sparked a sense of wonder, take a moment to like this video. Your support not only helps bring these stories to life, but also ensures that the journey continues. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when the next chapter is ready. Speaking of which, Chapter 3 will be out soon, and trust me, you won't want to miss the twists and turns that await Thrain and his companions. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. What moments stood out to you? What do you think lies ahead for Hearthstone Haven and the Stoneforge clan? Share your ideas, questions, or even your favorite details from this chapter in the comments below. Every story is made richer by those who engage with it, and we're thrilled to have you as part of this journey. As we say goodnight, take with you the themes of tonight's tale, that even in the face of adversity, unity can prevail, and that true leadership is found in service to others. May these reflections carry you into a night of deep, restful sleep, where dreams of adventure, courage, and community await. Rest well, dream deeply, and join us again soon for Chapter 3 of the tale of Thrain Stoneforge. Until then, may the warmth of the hearth and the glow of lantern light guide your path. Good night and sweet dreams.